The 2015 Chevrolet Tahoe Z71. The Chevrolet Tahoe is receiving a new round of special upgrades, thanks to the launch of the Z71 package. Fans of the Tahoe will immediately recognize the Z71 designation as Chevrolet's long-used order code for off-road goodies earmarked for its lineup of SUVs and trucks. The Z71 has actually been around longer than most people expect. It first appeared in 1988 and has since become a staple for the company's big boy models in much the same way the Z28 package has become synonymous with the Chevrolet Camaro. This year, Chevrolet's bringing back the Z71 for its all-new Tahoe and Suburban models. It's actually been a while since we last saw a Tahoe Z71, but with an all-new Tahoe now available, it seemed like the perfect time to dust off the Z71 package to help introduce the new Tahoe to the world. Click past the jump to read more about the 2015 Chevrolet Tahoe Z71. Exterior. Don't expect to see a treasure trove of cosmetic upgrades on the Tahoe Z71, you might be disappointed if you do. Instead, the usual platter of off-road enhancements are available, including a front skid plate, new fog lamps, and front tow hooks. A unique grille does add a little aesthetic touch to the Tahoe, but not really enough to make you instantly notice it. Some touches of Z71 badging throughout the exterior provides the proper identification that these models are unique from the other Tahoe models. Rounding out the modifications is a set of 18-inch wheels that are also a half-inch wider than previous models. This change in size drops the tire flex and results in improved cornering performance. A new 4-wheel disc brake system, featuring Duralife brake rotors, are also part of the Z71 package. Interior. The Tahoe Z71 package provides plenty of new technological goodies, none of which will make you think anything's changed with the cabin. But at least the Tahoe gets additional goodies in the form of OnStar 4G LTE with a built-in Wi-Fi hotspot, wireless phone charging capability and hands-free liftgate operation. The new connectivity system actually now comes as a standard feature on the LT and LTZ trim models of the Tahoe, increasing the odds that nobody's going to be leaving the comfy confines of the Tahoe's cabin anytime soon. Drivetrain. The Tahoe Z71 didn't get any performance upgrades, but that shouldn't really matter thanks to the 2015 Tahoe's 5.3-liter EcoTech 3 V8 engine that produces 355 horsepower and 383 pound-feet of torque at 4,100 revolutions per minute. Mated to the engine as standard is a Hydra-Motich 6L806 speed automatic transmission. That's an improvement of 35 ponies and 48 pound-feet of torque from its predecessor. No performance figures were announced, but this hulking SUV should still be good for a 0 to 60 mph time of a little over 9 seconds with a top speed of about 140 miles per hour. Chassis and suspension. Outside of the small aesthetic upgrades, the chassis and suspension upgrades are the real highlights of the Tahoe Z71. A wider rear track was created to give the SUV a more planted stance. Likewise, the sheer-style body mounts help in reducing body shake, improving the Tahoe's damping performance compared to its predecessors. An electric, variable assist power steering system was also added to increase fuel economy, while an automatic locking rear differential gives improved traction for the SUV. Prices. Since the Tahoe Z71 is only available for the LT trim with 4WD, we expect the price of this model to be a little more than the $53,995 price tag of the standard model. The Tahoe Z71 goes on sale in the fall of 2014, which means that an official price for the should be disclosed soon. Competition. Toyota Sequoia. The Toyota Sequoia is, in a lot of ways, the antithesis of the Chevrolet Tahoe. Whereas the latter continues to get a lot of attention from Chevrolet, the Sequoia has been left to pretty much fend off for itself. That's not to say that the Sequoia's the dregs compared to the Tahoe, but Toyota isn't helping its cause by leaving it in the same guise for the past 6 years. Except for a few tweaks here and there, the Sequoia has largely remained update-free since 2008. But there are a lot of redeeming qualities about the Sequoia. It's still pretty formidable among the ranks of large SUVs, thanks to a 5.7-liter V8 engine that pumps out 381 horsepower and 401 pound-feet of torque. It's got enough space to carry as much as 120.1 cubic feet of cargo, and it has 16 extra large cup holders, which is probably more than enough to keep the entire family from soaking their pants due to accidental spillage. All that being said, the Sequoia still deserves a major upgrade of sorts, the kind that will allow it to keep up with the all-new Chevrolet Tahoe. Ford Expedition. If anything, Toyota can learn a lot from the Ford Expedition. One of the biggest changes in the new Expedition was the addition of a more efficient 3.5-liter EcoBoost V6 to replace the old 5.4-liter Triton V8. That move was largely done to acquiesce to increasingly stringent emissions regulations, which has become a big driver of Ford's EcoBoost technology. With the new EcoBoost V6, the Expedition produces 365 horsepower and 420 pound-feet of torque. That puts the Expedition slightly above the Tahoe as far as output is concerned, although the difference between the two may well end up being chalked up to matters of taste and preference. Conclusion. The Chevrolet Tahoe Z71 has a nice ring to it, but it's not what you'd call a model that's a cut above the rest of its kind. Sure, the aesthetic upgrades are nice and all, as are the chassis and suspension improvements. But if you're not frequently going on off-road journeys, I don't see any point why you should get the Z71 when you can get a regular Tahoe that offers a lot of what this model has, including the onboard Wi-Fi. Love it. There's cash that comes with an Z71 badge. The addition of onboard Wi-Fi is a big selling point. Leave it. Not enough changes to really draw in buyers. Mainstream customers. No engine upgrades. The notable upgrades aren't what you'd call headline-worthy.
If you liked this video, please share your thoughts in the comments below and don't forget to hit the subscribe button.